shit up.
You people are not me. To me, you are...
Wait a minute, was he resting that Red Bull on the toilet?
I'll wait for mental health. Tell me where you live. I'll come to your fucking house.
No, it's not a scripted rant, you motherfucking imbecile, you low-life cocksucker!
The best way to explain zombies' bloodlust is this: the appetite of demons expressed through humans. It should be astonishing to people that the richest people in the world, not all of them, but some of them, are into occult ceremonies where they have to drink, blood that's extracted from a tortured child.
You've been chewing on zombies! Chewing on zombies, yo!
I can't wait for this costume I'll see.
You want my address? That's what it's not. Hold on, let me get motherfucking headphones. Do you want to come to my house? No. Do you want to come to my house?
I didn't
Oh shit, I'm not on screen. Why am I not on screen? What are we doing here? Alright, yeah. Activate that. Yeah, there we go. I'm on screen now. Holy cow. Yeah, I know. I would have been sad if it wasn't me either. Welcome to Fuck My Life. Charlie's questioning your decisions, saying fuck my life. I'm your host, the Atheist Veteran. Hello, folks. How are we tonight? How are we? Yeah, welcome to episode 2 of the new channel. Dose. We got a single viewer. A single viewer. That's to be expected. It's a new channel. Folks. How are we tonight? I'm just sitting here enjoying myself. I wasn't going to stream tonight. But I thought, hey, I got to get some content up. Some content. Not content. Some content up. Some delicious, yummy, savory content for you. But the problem is, I don't really have a lot to talk about that I'm super knowledgeable on at the moment, since I've missed a lot. So what better way to get some content up and edumacate myself than to do a Sunday study stream? So what should I study? What should I look at? What should we as a group educate ourselves on? Well, how about this thing that's happened while I was gone? Misogyny has always been kind of like a thing on the internet. It's been like a thing on the YouTubes. But it kind of blew up while I was gone a little bit, especially with a certain character named Andrew Bartholomew Tate. I don't know if Bartholomew's his middle name, but I would like it to be. So Andrew Bartholomew Tate kind of popped off while I was gone. This guy kind of popped off and then dropped off. He said some shit and got banned from a lot of platforms. Does that mean his voice is still not very loud? No, it's incredibly loud. It's even louder now. So I wanted to educate myself on the misogynistic leanings of this person and the following that he has. So, and because I have a lot of female friends on this platform. I have a lot of female creators on this platform. I would love for them to join me, but if they're, it's late at night, if they're unavailable, that's fine. But if not, that's cool. So we're going to do a little bit of a study on, we're going to go to the basics. First we got to figure out, what is a misogynist? I'm sorry if I'm leaning into it a little bit. It's kind of because my mic isn't reaching as far as I like. I got to change that. And I just really insecure about how my voice carries to it, That was like, So we're going to figure that shit out sometime. But what is a misogynist? Well, Google says a person who dislikes, despises, or is strongly prejudiced against women. I think that's a fair assessment of that word. So we're gonna, with any kind of study stream, there's got to be some reading of some articles. I don't like to read to you. I'm not a kindergarten teacher. Usually I like to play videos for you, but I will read to you when I feel like it's necessary. And I think this article by The Guardian is pretty spot on. It's a nice little meme of Andrew Tate right here. He looks exactly as you probably would picture him if you didn't know who he was. If I just told you some misogynist asshole. And I know that's not fair, that's generalizing. I mean, come on. Alright, let's get into this. Andrew Tate says women belong in the home, can't drive, and are a man's property. He also thinks rape victims must bear responsibility for their attacks and date women aged 18 and 19 because he can make an imprint on them, according to the videos posted. Off to a great start with Andrew Tate. Another clip's the British-American kickboxer. Of course, CTE's got to be involved somewhere in this. Who poses with fast cars, guns, and portrays himself as a cigar-smoking playboy. Talks about hitting and choking women, trashing their belongings, and stopping them from going out. Classy. It bangs out the machete, boom, in her face, and grip her by the neck. Shut up, bitch. That's a sentence I never thought I'd utter out of my mouth. He says in one video, acting out how he'd attack a woman if she accused him of cheating. In another, he describes throwing a woman things out the window. In a third, he calls his ex-girlfriend who accused him of hitting her, an allegation he denies, a dumb hoe. No, this guy couldn't hit a woman. No way. Don't believe it. Can't. No, not the guy who says bang out a machete, boom her in her face, and grip her by the neck. No, that guy's not a misogynist at all. No way he can't. No way he would never hit his ex-girlfriend. Tate's views have been described as extreme misogyny by domestic abuse charities capable of radicalizing men and boys to commit harm offline. Yeah, I agree with that statement. But the 35, oh god, he's my age. I could have went to fucking high school with this bitch. Like, don't get me fucking wrong. Okay, Andrew Tate's a fucking world champion kickboxer, in case you didn't know. He would definitely wipe the floor with me. But for fuck's sake, dude. But the 35-year-old is not a fringe personality lurking in an obscure corner of the dark web. Instead, he's one of the most famous figures on TikTok, where videos of him, I don't think he's allowed on TikTok anymore. Videos of him have been watched 11.6 billion with a fucking B times. Is it sinking in while I'm talking about this guy? This guy who says the most ridiculous dumb shit, and yet there's like a good chunk of 11.6 billion people who are like, oh no, there's not even 11 billion people in the world. There's a good chunk of the world's population who've not only seen this guy's shit multiple times, but agree with it. Awesome. Way to go, guys. Way to go, humanity. I love you. Styled as a self-help guru, we'll get into that. Offering his mostly male fans a receipt for making money, pulling girls, and escaping the Matrix. Of course, got to pull out the old Matrix. Fucking, it's like everyone who doesn't have a good argument for shit, they just go with like the Matrix fucking take or 1984. They say all the same shit all the time. Matrix 1984, fucking it's all the same shit. We're living in a Matrix. Open up your eyes. You're fuck off. Tate has gone in a matter of months from near obscurity to one of the most talked about people in the world. In July, there were excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. There were more Google searches for his name than for Donald Trump or Kim Kardashian, which is also sad that those two are even that high up there. His rapid surge to fame was not by chance. Evidence obtained by the Observer shows that his followers of Tate are being told to flood social media with his videos of him choosing the most controversial clips in order to achieve maximum views and engagement. Well, yeah. He's got this grift where he this is part of his grift where he demands people share his stuff, basically. Like, it's part, like, we're gonna go into the multi-level marketing shit that he does, but that's also part of it. So I think we're a little bit too early to talk about that, but yeah, there's something behind that. The coordinated effort involving thousands of members of Tate's private online academy, Hustlers University. If someone describes themselves as a hustler, don't ever buy the shit that they're saying, or offering or selling. Don't do it. Someone who admits to being a hustler is trying to hustle you. I'm letting you know. And a network of copycat accounts on TikTok have been described as experts in as a blatant attempt to manipulate the algorithm and artificially boost his content. In less than 3 months, the strategy has earned him a huge following online and potentially made millions of pounds within 127,000 members now paying the $39 a month to join Hustlers University community. Many of these men and boys in the UK and US. Yet, despite much of the content appearing to break TikTok's rules, which explicitly ban misogyny and copycat accounts, the platform appears to have to do little to limit Tate's spread or ban the accounts responsible. Instead, it has propelled him into the mainstream, allowing clips of him to proliferate and actively promoting users. Like, of course. With these platforms always have terms of services, but if you're like of course I think they've banned them now, but it's always harder to ban someone who is making you tons of fucking money. even if the shit he says is vile and gross and nasty, it's just not right. So Hustlers University, I'm not going to read the rest of this. Hustlers University. Oh, wait, no. I got one more thing I want to read into. I don't want it to come off the top of my head. I wanted to fucking read. In 2016, his public-facing career appeared to be over when he had barely begun. When, after being a cast in Big Brother... Oh, dude, I should have pulled that up. He was ejected from the house over a video of him hitting a woman with a belt. A second video emerged shortly afterwards, in which he is shown telling a woman to count the bruises he apparently caused to her. Oh boy. Both Tate and the women denied any abuse occurred and said the clip showed consensual sex. Kinky. More controversy followed. Posts containing homophobic and racial slurs were found on his Twitter page in September 2017. He was criticized by mental health charities for saying depression isn't real. The next month, he weighed in on Me Too, saying women bear some responsibility for being raped. What a fucking dick. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to put it. What a fucking asshole. A view he had since repeated, and which, among other incidents, led to him being barred from Twitter. The backlash one Tate woke and boosted his backlash one Tate work. I don't know what they were going for there. I think it meant worked, and boosted his profile. He appeared on InfoWars. Of course, he did. The podcast appears conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who is now broke as fuck, which I probably should do a video about sometime soon, was pictured with the far-right YouTuber Paul Joseph Watson and met Donald Trump Jr. and at Trump Tower, posting a Facebook on Facebook afterwards. The Tate family supports Trump fully. No way, really? This misogynistic piece of shit, fucking who thinks women are nothing but objects and brutally beats them, is a fucking Republican? No. I thought Democrats usually did that shit. It's never a Republican. What? They have Christian values, right? Oh, wait. Women are property in Christianity. Okay, never mind. Family values, folk. Family values. You know, and by value means your wife has like monetary value. You can sell her for like 2 goats and a fucking shilling or some shit. And you could beat her just like this asshat does. Oh, man. In the UK, meanwhile, he mingles with arch Brexiter Nigel Farage. I think that's how you spell that. Facebook photos show spoke to ties with anti-Islam activist Stephen. Okay, don't care. I want to get to the fucking Hustler University shit. And also, I want his human trafficking shit, too. I want to get to that. So he also openly discussed being accused of violence against several women, although he is not understood to have ultimately been charged with any offenses apart from the offense in 2018. In an interview, Tate describes an incident where a woman has knocked a phone out of his hand in a club, and a man punched him. So they started wrestling in the tussle, and he accidentally hit the woman, broke her jaw. I don't know how you accidentally break someone's jaw. That takes a lot of force. Like you fucking. I don't think that's an accident. I mean, it can be, but I doubt it. I doubt it's just a coincidence that this misogynistic person with a fucking past with a known history of fucking, violence against women accidentally broke a woman's jaw. Okay, I'm just sorry. I'm not gonna fucking believe that. Another video, he has been investigated by police allegedly abusing a woman, which he denied. Of course he did. Who just straight up says they do. In a case where he had his house raided, devices confiscated, and was held in a cell for 2 days. He should have stayed longer. Around the time UK police were investigating abuse allegations, Tate is understood to have left the UK for Romania. Here's the interesting part. In one video explaining his reason he moved, suggested it was because it would be easier to evade rape charges. This is probably 40% of the reason he moved there. He says in one video, adding, "I'm not a rapist, but I like the idea of just being able to do what I want. I like being free." I'm not a rapist, but... Stop there. Just stop there. Once you put that but... I'm not a rapist, but... I didn't think it... Because, the common term is like, I'm not a racist, but... No, this guy went above that level. I'm not a racist, but I'm not a yeah, well, dog, hold my beer. I'm not a racist. I'm not a rapist, but I'm not a rapist, but what the fuck? And then he follows it up with even more fucked up shit. Not the butt part was bad. I'm not a racist, but I like the idea of just being able to do what I want. And by do what I want, it means raping you. What the fuck, guys? Guys! Miss Parker. I know you're going to watch this video because you love old Taff. I know you do. I don't know if you covered him. I would love it if you did. I gotta go back in your history and check. But, oh my fucking god, I'm not a rapist. What the fuck? Yet more allegations will follow. In January, Daily Mirror reported that Tate and his brother Tristan were ranking in millions from webcam sites where men hand over a fortune as they fall for models' fake sob stories. Damn, Shaney should work for him. Imagine work. Something they themselves described as a total scam. Then in April, the brothers' mansion was raided by police following a tip-off from the U.S. Embassy that the 21-year-old American woman was being held against her will. The Tates were taken in for questioning before being released and denied wrongdoing. The Romanian authorities said last week that the investigation later expanded to cover human trafficking and rape allegations was ongoing. Amid the drama, online Tate's content took off. Since January, repackaged videos from interviews with Tate over the years have been attracting millions of views on TikTok. But in recent weeks, the growth has accelerated. In August, so far alone, clips tagged with his name have been watched more than 1 billion times. What the fuck, man? Like, is there a limit that these people will fucking, like, not view someone for? Oh, nah, dude. You think rape's cool? No, that's fine. I'll watch your shit. Oh, no, dude. You think fucking, people are property and you're holding people against their will and they're human trafficking? No, don't subscribe. I'll fucking send you some cash. Oh, Hustler University. Yo, this guy's a total hustler. And by hustler, I mean a piece of shit. To the best, the posts do not come out to take for himself. He does not appear to be an activist on the platform, but for hundreds of accounts, often using his name and photo, run by his followers, members of Hustlers University, members including boys as young as 13. That's always a good start to your university. Bunch of underage boys. Sounds like a Christian summer camp. Are told that they can earn up to $10,000 a month through lessons on crypto investing, drop shipping, and by recruiting others. Hustler University earning 48% commission for each person they refer. So, let me guess. Let's see. So, the top of this, the main guy, the guy that profits the most from this is Andrew Tate, is up here. And he's got a bunch of people under him that he told that they will get a cut of the money that they recruit more people. So those guys recruit more people, and then it just like starts going like this, and then like this. So let me get it starts going like this, and then right here. It's like a triangle. It's like a triangle scheme or a isosceles triangle? Maybe a pyramid scheme? It's like a pyramid shaped kind of scheme, something like that. Then what he does is he puts. We'll go back. We'll get into it more. To have the best chance of getting people to sign up, they are advised to stoke controversy and improve their chances to go viral. In one guide, Hustlers University students are told that attracting comments and controversy is the key to success. When you ideally want is a mix of 60-70% fans and 40-30% haters. You want arguments, you want war. May Tate's video appear at first glance to be harmless, but even funny. In his trademark straight talking style, he just derides men who drink tap water instead of sparkling water, and people who own cats. So fuck you. Don't listen to that cat Ash and Cookie. Cats are cool. Fuck you. Real men have dogs. Well, I have a dog and cats. Why can't I have both? How about real men don't have to do what you fucking say, you fucking shithead? He says other materials is presented under a banner of male self-improvement. But much of it appears to me that the definition of hateful content set out to TikTok's community guidelines, which is TikTok is inclusive and supportive, and banner content that praises, promotes, glorifies, and supports any hateful ideology, including misogyny. TikTok's terms also explicitly say to ban accounts that impersonate someone else by using their names and pictures. Yeah, we know they don't care. No platform cares about their fucking terms of service. They only care about when it's convenient for them. Last week, however, content being promoted to users on the platform appeared to be flagrant breach of the rules. We conducted an anonymous experiment in which, with a blank account set up for a teenage boy, were quickly shown content of Tate after watching 2 of his videos, and were recommended more, including clips of him expressing his misogynistic views. The next time the account was opened, the first 4 posts were of Tate from 4 different accounts. Okay, don't care. Okay. Yeah. So, that's Andrew Tate, guys. Real winner. A real great guy. And, I've seen these guys around. Like the Andrew Tate lovers around. I love them. They fucking all have the same argument. What color is your Bugatti? Every time. Every goddamn time. What color is your Bugatti? Well, Andrew Tate's a piece of shit who hits women and fucking thinks and thinks that human trafficking is just A-okay. Yeah, but what color is your Bugatti? Well, let me fucking explain something to some people out there. Sometimes wealth and success doesn't translate to being smart or a good person. Sometimes, you just gotta admit that the person is at the same time rich and successful and dumb and a piece of shit. Those 2 things can happen. Those 2 things can coalesce. In fact, most of the time it's true, because these people are always so fucking disconnected from reality. He's talking like the shit that works for him isn't working can work for anyone else. You know what worked for Andrew Tate? And why he's at where he's at and what happened to him? Sure. He's rich and successful. He's probably richer and successful than he's ever been right now at this very, very second. But he didn't get that way by hitting women. He didn't get that way by hustling. You know how he got to where he's at? How he got the following where he's at? By getting kicked in the fucking face. And don't get me wrong. He was good at getting kicked in the face. He was probably the best there is. He's the best at getting CTE. Better than anyone. The CTE champ of the fucking world. Andrew fucking Tate. And then he used that platform to fuck with dumb people and to fucking abuse women. That's what he used it for. That's what happened. Andrew Tate didn't get successful by what he's selling. What he's selling is why he's richer. But the reason he can sell it is not because he hits women, not because he's a hustler, because he got kicked in the fucking head so hard, his fucking brain fucking had a fucking car crash in the back of his head. And now, since another CTE would most likely fucking cause his brains to leak out of his fucking ears, he had to find another grift. Another opportunity. And he saw dumb people on the internet giving money away to other dumb people on the internet going, I don't like women. They won't touch my pee-pee. And he's like, oh, I could get these dumb people on the internet to fucking send me money because women like to touch my pee-pee. And then they'll send me money and I'll just tell them a bunch of bullshit. And then maybe women will touch their pee-pees, maybe women will not. But it doesn't matter because I got their $34 a month. That's Andrew Tate in a nutshell, folks. He's a lying, misogynistic. Fuck my grammar. Fuck my words. Fuck my life. He's a lying, misogynistic piece of shit. who didn't get fucking famous or rich because of what he says he's selling. He just fucking conned a shit ton of dumb people, and he's famous for it. And maybe on another episode I'll go into the whole fucking Hustler University thing and how that's a fucking scam. But as you can tell, I don't have to tell you that looking at this guy, he doesn't have much to teach of anything to anybody. Look at this guy and be like, okay, what of value could this motherfucker have to tell me? If you live in the real world and you have your pee-pee regularly touched, you look at this guy and you go, yeah, that's someone who gives out bad advice. He got lucky, fucking some shit worked out for him. But yeah, it wouldn't work out for 99% of the fucking population. And even then, there's a price to pay for what worked out for him because his brain is so fucking damaged, it's about to fucking fall out his ass. Sorry. So now we're gonna get to the good stuff. Sorry, I know I lost a lot of viewers reading through that. I know it had to be done. You got to do the work before you fucking go into the fucking, the funny meme shit. So sorry about that, but we'll go into it.
Let me change that. You will only...
This is Andrew Tate's most controversial shit. There's a video of a fucking car playing in the background. I didn't have the patience to fucking look for more shit. So here we go.
Even acknowledge he exists if he's ignored how he feels 99% of the time before that. Because if he was sad most of the time before that, he never would have got to a place where he could attract a woman like you. The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women to come along and pretend they give a about the fact that most men are basically invisible. There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat, you'll still go to the club and get attention.
I'm sorry, folks, but does this kind of seem like... Does this seem like an alpha male to you guys? Does this seem like someone who fucking... is like... He's got game, or does this seem like a little whiny bitch? Men are invisible. No one notices us. But you women who are like a 4, old fat and nasty in the club, everyone notices you, no one notices me, and please touch my pee-pee.
99% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to... Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men. Because I've dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000...
Then why do most people end up with, like, married or with girlfriends? Or if most men are invisible, then how do we even exist as a species? Statistically, that's completely incorrect. Maybe you're invisible to the people you want to be visible to. That's just, your problem. Okay? There's people I wanted to be visible to before I got married. There's people I wanted to fuck, before I got married. But you know what? They're not interested. They have a right not to be interested in you. And I think that's what happened to this guy, right? This guy, I'm sure there was like one person, he had like his blinders on. He's like, oh yeah, fucking, I want this fucking one person. I want him so bad. And they just didn't want him back. And it's sad little Andrew Tate go, I hate all women.
DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. So if you just sit here and say, I'll get a big G, a boss, a millionaire, and let him have a day off, very nice of you. I'm sure you would. Yeah. But if you...
Shit, it's comfort doll. Shit. Yeah, hugs back. Yeah, definitely entitled whiny little bitch. That's I mean, I could just end a stream right there with that. It's just, that's Andrew Tate in a nutshell. That's the basic fucking gist of Andrew Tate. Whiny little bitch. That's all he ever does. Men don't get treated the same way. We only have almost all the power instead of all the power. Fucking asshole.
If a guy who wanted to have days off all the time, he never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you. And that is the reality. As a man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive. And as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying, I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important.
I mean, if 12 tigers...
No, you're just so uncomfortable with yourself, dude. You're just so incredibly uncomfortable with yourself that you gotta look around. It's just some insecure bullshit that you gotta look around and be like, I'm competing with every one of you. To some degree, yes. In the male mind, there's a lot of competition going on. There's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. But you know, that's the caveman part of your fucking brain. That's the dumb thing that as a human being you're supposed to fucking kind of just like be like, okay, I recognize that's my cavemanishness, and I'm just gonna fucking, you know, be civil and be a productive member of society and a pretty cool individual, and just like not treat all these people like they're my competitors, and be nice. And if something happens between me and a female or a woman, or because I ain't saying the term female because like that's what these people use. They call them female. If something were to happen between me and a partner of my choosing, or if she chooses me, that's great. But you can't live your life like everything is a competition. You just fucking can't, dude. It's so much stress you just put on yourself. That's so much. I don't know how you live that way. If everything is a competition, you go to Walmart, man, like, oh, there's competition. Every fucking dude you see in the aisle, you're just fucking mad dogging. You're just sitting there, it's like, how's this guy gonna try to fuck my chick tonight? How's this guy gonna try to fuck my chick? Dude, chill out. Relax. Andrew Tate, why is your butthole clenched so hard, bro? Chill. Dude, this guy needs a joint. Someone give him a fucking stogie. Someone get him high a little bit. Maybe he'll fucking relax.
Tigers attack me, and I manage to defeat 11 in unarmed combat with my Aikido, and the last tiger gets my neck. That's a fine way for Tate to die.
You cheated, you cheated. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck.
Yep, here's that quote we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Fucking great example of a guy. Awesome. This is somebody that a bunch of fucking people look up to. That think that this guy's got it down. This guy's figured it all out. Hot girls here. It's always hot girls. You're a bot, so I'll remove you. Thank you. And Comfort Doll, you're gonna be a mod. Yeah, I haven't got to see those I left before I got to see a lot of those fucking porn fucking bots fucking screwing up everyone's stream. I saw some in Geek Room chat. I'm like, what the fuck?
Shut up, bitch! Why would you suck dick for free?
Because I love doing it. What the fuck? I don't like. What the fuck? I love sucking dick. Why would
You have no future with these men, so why not at least get paid for it, right?
I am getting paid for it on fucking OnlyFans. I don't need them to pay me.
Like, why should you ever have to explain your sexual life to somebody? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, why would you suck dick for free? Why the fuck are you wearing that fucking shirt? I might as well ask you that same question. That question, too. It's like, she likes to suck dick. Who the fuck cares? I like getting my dick sucked. Why does there have to be a fucking... That's the other thing about these people. There's always got to be some sort of, like, monetary transaction for fucking everything. Fucking everything. Why do you suck dick? Dude, shut the fuck up. You're showing everyone just who you really are. Just a person that's only motivated by one thing, and that's money.
I make way more than they could ever give me.
They get paid twice. I don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise.
That ironic thing is this guy suffers from depression hardcore. If you, dude, you do not hate like this unless you're sad. Okay? Let's face it, that's the common denominator between all these hateful people we talk about on the show. The Nazis, the fucking misogynists, the fucking KKK folk, the fucking racists. I mean, they're all pretty much the same group. The fucking Trump, the QAnoners, the Trumpists, you know, all these people with these hateful ideologies. Hi, Dark Ninja. How are you today? Let's continue on. All these people with these hateful ideologies. And it's all just them being fucking sad at the end of the day. Just fucking sad little people. Just fucking... You think Andrew Tate's fine with himself? No, I don't think so. I don't think he is. Oh, bye, Dark Ninja. It was nice having you.
And you believe in ghosts. Now you're afraid, but you don't.
I'm sure you'll be back with one of your sock accounts. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Probably even shorter than that.
Believe in ghosts? It's the wind and you go back to sleep. You give the ghosts power by believing in them. Your house is only haunted if you believe in ghosts. Belief is a powerful thing. If I were to stand in front of you and I were to tell you that I could punch you as hard as I can in your sternum and I could fracture it and send a splinter into your heart, would you allow me to try? You wouldn't, because you know I believe I can.
Yeah, they feel inadequate in some way or in some anger. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like all these people, they just fucking... Yeah, I know Dark Ninja's back. He's gonna be in with a sock count here shortly, I'm sure. So... Yeah, basically, he's got a shit ton of insecurity issues. He does not feel good about himself. I guarantee it. There's something going on. There's something in his past. Somebody touched his no-no. And now he's sitting here taking it out on other people. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just saying that's what I seem to think. Because there's millions of motherfuckers just like him, and they all have the same thing.
I believe I can hurt any man on the planet, and that's why people are afraid of me. And you believe depression is a crippling disease, and that's why you're afraid of it.
What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans, as long as I had influence and control over it.
What do you mean? Doing a video photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just like taking all the money.
Huh? Just taking all the money. There's nothing wrong with people doing OnlyFans. As long as they're taking all the fucking money. As long as I'm taking all the money. That's cool. Awesome. Thanks, bro. Way to go.
If my chick said, I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand, all right, give me 8. All right, cool.
What woman is going to give you 8 grand?
You're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product. What the fuck?
Your product?
Yes, correct.
She's not
Next question.
No. I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever going to give you that?
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
Imagine one day you're sitting in Paris and having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out. You're gonna stand there and be like, waiting to die like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive in, take one terrorist out, next, get the AK, go ram.
At the same time, if we know he has issues or past trauma that interferes with our lives, it's our responsibility to work on it and deal with it. Yeah. Well, I told you what I think's going on with him. I don't know if you hear what I was talking about earlier, but he's a former kickboxing champion, and when I think kickboxing champion, I think CTE. So I'm pretty sure he's dealing with a lot of CTE issues, and seeing what I'm seeing of him, I don't think they're being properly treated. So yeah, I mean that's just my personal tab opinion. Yeah, go to a doctor to get a better opinion. I don't know.
Take out all of fucking Pakistan with a G.
I don't think the world has ever been equal. That the modern society we live in has been built by men. Let's cut the crap. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built. All of it. When women come along and say, oh, we're just as important, you are just as important, but you had a completely different role. You fulfilled a different role in society.
Like, yeah, because, you know, men controlled society for millions of fucking, or thousands of years. Men controlled society for thousands of years and built shit. Okay? Does that mean we should just stay in the fucking past? Just stay where we're at right now as a fucking society? No. It's like for thousands of years people had slaves. Does that make it okay? No. For thousands of years we fucking took a shit in a bucket and threw it out in our fucking windows in the morning. Does that make it okay? No. Yeah, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, probably why so many professional athletes have behavior like that. Oh yeah, total Herschel Walker too. I should do a show on Herschel. There's so many people I gotta do a show on. But fucking yeah, I actually when I was in the army, Herschel Walker came to do PT with us one day, and I didn't really think he was like as bad as he is, but you could tell there was some stuff not quite clicking up there.
And I think now, if you look at the roles of society, I believe men are still doing their job, but I don't know if women are doing their job. Men are still out here building the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you?
Would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men? I'm a high value woman, right?
How can you be high value if 50 men have slept with you?
If I've just been single for a long time.
No, unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable?
Like unacceptable is like why the fuck do you care how many people someone slept with? Like if there's a connection and you even get to that fucking point, why is there a problem? What's the problem? Are you gonna let something like their past of sleeping with other people fucking keep you if he's already deemed her to be high value, right? So would he really just care? No. Yeah, I liked Walker when he was a new player. Yeah, no, he was a really good football player. Not a very good person though. Nope. He's not.
Somewhere on this planet, there is someone who is your age, may look a bit like you, who was just given some bad fucking news. Either they were just given a cancer diagnosis and given 2 weeks to live.
Where is this going?
Or the police just knocked on the door and said, your family's dead. Yeah, a cement truck ran them all over. They're splattered all over the road. My family? Yeah, all of them. I guarantee a bomb in Syria or a chemical attack in Yemen. There's someone your age who just got given some bad fucking news. And if you were to sit there and explain to them your problems, they would swap lives with you in a heartbeat. And this is what most of you motherfuckers don't understand. You're not grateful for what you have because you don't understand and don't anticipate that there's someone out there who would do any...
How dare you feel bad about for yourself ever. If next time something bad happens, you just be like, well, something worse happened to someone else. That's such fucking bullshit. All right, yes, I agree. Fucking worse things happen to people, when you're having a bad time. But doesn't mean you just fucking bottle up and God damn it, it's just doing such a stereotype of how fucking men shouldn't be. Just bottling shit up. Just fucking, yep, that's how you get fucking mental disorders and shit, That's how you end up schizophrenic or some shit. I don't know. Fucking goddamn dude. You're about to he's gonna fucking go on a fucking killing spree or some shit. I'm worried for him. I'm fucking worried.
Anything to have what you...
Dude's gonna snap. Like fucking Ned Flanders.
I'm not even talking about me with my Lambo and my beautiful women and all my shit. I'm talking about just a normal, safe life where you can watch Tate Speech YouTube videos and no one's gonna bomb your house.
That's the funny thing is he says that, but how did he act when he got kicked off his fucking platforms? I'm sorry, Tate, you got canceled, but something worse happened to somebody in the world. There's something worse going on in the world right now, Andrew Tate. Stop worrying about being canceled, you fucking selfish bitch. Use your own luck. So, yeah, we can keep going with this, but I really don't want to. We're gonna go into some fun shit because I love me some Hassan Piker. I don't agree with everything he says, like his Ukraine take, but I love the way he just handles Andrew Tate right here, and he fucking really handles him. We're gonna go back a little bit because it was fun.
Andrew, I've seen some of your work as you're doing the rounds on Twitch here, and a lot of the things that you said that you've been called out on, specifically in regards to like women driving, as a matter of fact, are just generally untrue. There's no empirical evidence to back up those claims, which is why you resort to anecdotes quite frequently and say things like, oh, well, it's just common sense, right?
Hassan right here will show a lot of the things he'll do. Like, he just uses anecdotes, fucking, and it's funny how Andrew Tate tries to wiggle out of this because it is completely see-through.
But it's not technically common sense. It's just your personal opinion.
Completely. It's my personal opinion based on my personal biases of my life experience. Now, when I say exactly. And when I say these things, X amount of people agree with me and X amount of people disagree with me. That's fine, and that's the same with nearly any statement in the world.
Okay,
I can say the world is round, and there'll be a percentage of people who disagree with me. That's totally and utterly fine. I come on here and talk about my own personal experiences, and my experiences, men are better drivers than women. I'm not saying there's no good female drivers. I'm not saying a female can't.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. There is a truth, and then there is your own personal experiences backed by anecdotes, right? Or your own personal opinion backed by anecdotes from your own personal experiences. Now, your own personal experiences are oftentimes going to be incorrect and not close to the reality. That's why there's an entire field of statistical analysis. That's why we do empirical. That's why we rely on empirical evidence when we're making decisions. Why? Because we all carry a bunch of personal biases, and when we analyze situations, we do not have enough scope to grasp the entirety of the situation.
Now, you may be asking yourself, why is Hassan Piker explaining this rudimentary fucking basic shit to us? Well, he's not explaining it to us. He's explaining it to the dumb fucks who watch him. Who watch Andrew Tate. This is the first thing you have to do when you're debating someone like Andrew Tate. At least I'm not a great debater. I don't claim to be. I'm no Vosh. I'm no fucking Hassan Piker. But I can see what he's doing. I can recognize it. And what he's doing is just basically just fucking laying down the fucking framework. Laying down the fucking laying down the fucking base of his argument, okay? And his argument basically is just like, you're stupid and... No, I'm just kidding. His argument is basically like, okay, well, facts. Here are the facts, and these are your feelings. And that's basically it. These are your feelings versus facts. It's a fact or feeling argument.
Situation. We cannot comprehend it with our human brains.
Bro, listen,
which is why when it comes to women driving, it's a funny point because the truth is different. The truth is the exact opposite.
No, listen. First things first. There's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. I'm sure you've heard that from Mark Twain. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you're deriving.
You can massage numbers, but
you're deriving your truth from an internet study. That's fine. You can derive your truth from an internet study on a bunch of different things. The truth of life is the truth that you experience as an individual. That is the only truth that we all live within. You live within your truths, I live within my truths, because these are the truths I've experienced as an individual. If certain things happen to you over and over and over and over and over again, but the truth on the internet says it's not true, that doesn't mean that your experiences are any less real. So if you to come here and say the internet says X, especially
your experiences can be real. You could be a statistical anomaly, as a matter of fact. You can be one of those people, but more often than not,
because I keep
what Andrew Tate's doing here is he's just fucking using, like, if I were to use my fucking experience, I can make anything up. I could say, well, you know what, fucking 3 big titty women flashed me today, and then 4 small titty women flashed me tomorrow. When in fact, no women with any kind of titties flashed me, that day, any of those days. You can't just use those statistics. You can't use your personal experiences because, one, they're unreliable. They're unreliable as fuck. Why should I believe Andrew Tate over anybody? Or for anything? It's like, fuck, for fuck's sake. Plus, I could use his fucking past fucking against him. Yeah, well, obviously you notice this because you're a misogynist. You're looking for shit to harp on women about. Maybe you notice bad women drivers because you're looking for bad women drivers. But when the reason why we have these studies, these that pull data off of like, you know, insurance companies and shit, that fucking like, okay, this many male drivers reported accidents, these many female drivers are reported accidents, these are who are at fault accidents, and these are what, you know, whatnot. You know, that's why we use that, because they're empirical. They're fucking, we're able to see them. We can see the story behind that data, and we can fucking make an inference on what's going on. But when Andrew Tate says, I noticed a bunch of fucking women drivers suck at driving, and you find out he's a misogynist, well, of course he notices a bunch of fucking shitty women drivers, because he's a fucking misogynist, and he looks for them. In my experience, I fucking noticed that everyone sucks at driving, to be honest with you. But I also hate everyone, so, you know, I got some bias there.
Keep letting you talk, and you're finishing your point, and I'm trying to talk. So,
okay, go ahead.
I'm going to. The fact that you're going on the internet, finding some study and saying that this is the truth, especially after the age of COVID and all the fucking truth we were told with that garbage, you want to sit here and say, oh, the internet said X. I'm sure the internet did.
Of course he's a fucking COVID denier. Like, it's not even like a vaccine. Oh, come on, headset. It's not even like he's like anti-vaccine or anti-mask. He just doesn't believe in fucking COVID at all. Like, you know, the millions of people who fucking died over the world, you know, they just fucking disappeared. You know, they fell into the void.
I'm talking about my personal experiences, and some people agree with me and some people do not. That is perfectly fine. Don't give a fuck if people agree with me or otherwise. People are listening to me and they're either agreeing with me or
but
not.
you're still wrong, and that's the problem.
I disagree with you.
Do you want to be right, or do you want to keep speaking into a hug box where people agree with you? And
Prove
then,
to me I'm
you know,
wrong.
well, if you just completely devalue empirical evidence, actuarial sciences, the entirety of the insurance industry that relies on making these sorts of calculations to ensure that these quotes are as profitable as possible, which ends up charging men higher rates than women, is a statistical likelihood that men are more dangerous drivers than women across the board.
See, this is where facts over feelings kind of backfire on the conservative community. Is because once they said that, it opened up the door for us just to be like, well, you know, here's all the fucking facts over your feelings, and they just can't handle it. They just fucking can't. Fucking sorry. This is how they act to it every time. They act like, well, they say facts over feelings, but then the second you pull out the facts, the second you pull out empirical data, they go, well, you know, that's just, you know, fucking an internet study that's made over the corporations. That's not, but they don't provide anything that's fucking viable other than their fucking experiences or their biased views of the fucking world, you know? Just fucking, I just got Andrew Tate's word for over fucking a shit ton of fucking data that Hassan Piker offers up.
And get into more car accidents across the board. If you're going to look at all of that and say it doesn't matter because that does not correspond to my own personal experiences, then you're silly. You're being silly. You're being a silly person. If everyone thought like you did, right, we would have no scientific achievements on this planet. We would still be living inside of fucking caves. As much as I love Liver King personally, I don't think that that would be a good planet to live on. I'm pretty happy for, I don't know, all the medical achievements, all the scientific achievements that we have reached. And at the heart of all of that, all of those accomplishments lies an understanding of arriving at the truth through empirical evidence.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool. In my personal experiences, all of the car crashes I've been involved in, all the times my car was hit, and all the negative experience I've had on the road, women were at fault. That is, now you can sit here and say the
fucking shit. He just doesn't get it. He just cannot get it. He cannot grasp the concept that just because something happened to him, it doesn't mean it happens all over the world. If a little person were to grab me by my scrotum, that means it happened to everyone. Yeah, I question any data that doesn't cite multiple tests and sources. Yeah, well, that's fair, but at least you're looking for data. This guy doesn't even look for fucking data. He just goes, you know what? It's raining outside, so it must be raining outside everywhere. In my personal experience, there's a tornado outside. So therefore, the whole world has a tornado. Way to go, Andrew Tate. You're so smart. Alright, so I also want to dive into some feminist debate with a misogynist. Now, I think feminists can be cringe. I like feminists, but some of them can be cringe. I don't know what we're getting into right here, so I may cringe a little, but ultimately I'm usually on the side of the feminists, especially if they're against a misogynist. So let's see what happens.
I believe strongly in the rights of women and in the need for a continuing feminist movement. I've been a feminist all my life.
I'm often called a misogynist by various feminists. I think there's something very insidious about this new third-wave feminism we're seeing brewing.
And today, we still need a strong feminist and Me Too movement.
I think the idea of toxic masculinity is a ruse, and I don't think there's anything really substantial when it comes.
Bald head, check. Fucking English accent, check. Is it English or is he like, what accent is that? Is it, I want to say English, but I know there's like more than one. Well, England in itself has like fucking 10 different accents, so I don't know. But yeah, super. There's also toxic femininity. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
So the pay gap, I think the statistics are skewed.
When I run up against people who fundamentally disagree with me, it's really a question usually of education and of explaining to them that this is a people's movement. Hi, I'm Judy.
Dominic, nice to meet you, Judy.
Nice to meet you. So, Dominic, why do you think we're here today?
I think we're here to talk about women's issues, and I see the modern feminist movement as pushing victimization as opposed to empowerment. It almost seems, and I'm going to say this from a personal perspective. It almost seems.
The personal perspective again. Do you see a fucking common trait with these people? Besides the fact that they all look like they fucking their heads could fucking have the sun reflect off them. Fucking. They all, oh my god, they're so gross.
The idea is to castigate men to a certain degree.
I think that's an old idea.
For instance, the Me Too movement has been almost 100% women. You know, almost 100%, and then we're getting the little bits here and there. Now, I know a lot of guys who were sexually harassed.
I know a lot of guys who self-identify as feminists. I think the Me Too movement is a really necessary movement. It's a we too, not just a Me Too, it's a we too. It's men and women banding together to say that harassment is not okay. Traditionally, it's been more aimed at women because there's more sexual harassment of women.
I don't know about that either.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. I think there's a dual.
I think what they're about to get into is kind of touchy a little bit, but I'll tell you my personal beliefs. I think women are sexually harassed a lot, and that's bad, but I think, and also toxic masculinity is to blame for the fact that men are underreported when it comes to being sexually assaulted, because for men, it's embarrassing for everyone, but for men it's especially embarrassing because we're expected to be tough and to let something like that happen to us, especially from a female or a woman. I hate using the word female. I should stop using that. From a woman, it has a stigmatism to it to a lot of men, so it's underreported. I think both cases are really bad. Sexual assault is bad, okay? Let's not get anything twisted here, folks. Sexual assault is bad, okay? And we shouldn't, and I think it should be reported 100% of the time by anybody who feels like they need to report it. All right? And just because one side isn't reporting it doesn't mean the other side doesn't have any validity in their reports.
Standard here.
Have you been harassed sexually?
I have. I've actually been touched as a working in bars. I've had my genitals squeezed. And you know something? In
And
all
how'd you
fairness,
how'd you react?
in all fairness, I didn't mind it.
Was it by a man or a woman?
Oh yeah, you didn't mind it.
I never, well, I would.
So you didn't mind it. So I should. Also, really hate the double standard against female predators. Yeah, true. It's bad. It's bad. Double standards when it comes to fucking sexual assault is bad. Just get that on the record.
Would have minded it if it was a bloke.
Okay, and what if it was a bloke?
I would have been pissed off.
Right.
It would
Okay. And why would you have been pissed off?
That's also incredibly
And why would
embarrassing if a guy sexually assaults you. That's also incredibly embarrassing for a guy. Females tend to get treated as mentally ill while men are treated as perverts. Yeah. I think I think they should be treated. I can't believe I have to say this. They should be treated the same, you know? Fucking same crime. But I think it's just let's just get into this video. It's so hard to fucking just think about the double standard of the justice system and of our society against male and female sexual assault victims. You know, is a little bit infuriating to me a little bit, because I fucking had a friend in the army who fucking told me he was sexually assaulted one time back like years ago. It was out of my jurisdiction and I couldn't fucking do nothing about it. But years before he joined the army, he said fucking like he woke up with some girl like drugged him or some shit and fucking had her way with him. I don't know. So it's infuriating to me, and he didn't tell nobody, you know, for like a long time. I think that's kind of fucked up. I know someone who was sexually harassed because he was getting a ride home from her, and she said she wouldn't let him out of the car unless they had sex, and they ended up having sex, you know, because of that threat. So yeah, it happens, and it's fucking bullshit, and it wasn't reported because that, especially that at that time, was not something you would do. Okay, you would not need to report that. You know, you were not encouraged to report that. That'd be like, oh, dude, you had sex. She made you have sex with her. That's so cool. No.
You've been pissed off because you didn't give that person the right to touch you.
Exactly.
And that's what women are saying.
But what I'm saying is this.
You
I
don't
understand
have
that.
the right to touch me unless I tell you you have the right to touch me.
I understand 100%.
That's
but
bottom
what
line
I'm
what
saying
it's
is
about.
this. Nobody's accusing people like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt of sexual harassment. Why are they accusing Harvey Weinstein? Because he's not very attractive and he's morbidly obese. If it was Brad Pitt, most women would be all over it. Oh, God, come over here.
That's not true.
Bottom.
Maybe it's
I think there was a case recently. I don't know if you've heard of it, the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, where that was like an accusation against Johnny Depp, and I think he's a pretty attractive guy.
Because Brad Pitt hasn't been out there harassing women in the way that Harvey Weinstein has.
That's a possibility, but
know?
it's not really a probability, especially in Hollywood the way it is. What I don't want is for...
And I once again, I don't think Johnny Depp really fucking did it, but they're saying like they do it against fucking good-looking people too, I'm sure.
Men in general to be blamed for what the minority's done.
And I can understand that. It's not a question of blame. It's a question of all of us really understanding what the dynamics have been historically. It's not men versus women. It's men and women.
Obviously, the statistics are that women make 82 cents on the dollar,
Right.
whatever it is.
Right.
What are the factors that determine that?
Because traditionally, men have been in the position of deciding what wage is. They are in the power
All right,
position.
so let
they
me
are
give
the
you
bosses.
this. In middle and upper management, most people negotiate their salaries. They do. They go in and say, well, I've got this amount of experience. I'd like this as opposed to that, right? Are you saying that women are just not as good as negotiating their salaries?
A lot of women do have a hard time really negotiating their salaries because they're in a situation where they're more dependent on a male for the employment opportunities, right?
Okay.
And so you're coming in a one-down position to begin with.
So it is victimization. So what you're saying is you do believe that women are victims And the whole movement is based on
victimization in the sense of they are treated as less than. Yes, but that doesn't mean that they have
Well,
to
they're treated
remain,
differently.
But they don't have to remain victims.
How about this?
And one of the good things that's happened is that you can no longer ask wage history, okay?
Right.
When you apply for a job, and that's going to help.
I don't know why women just don't start business.
Yeah, this is why the knowledge of like what your coworkers pay or paid is something that is something that they don't want you to fucking to know when you're applying for a job. For example, sometimes I'll give you an example of my personal experience. I started working for this hospital at one point, and I was doing like the fucking, entering in people into the system and shit. And I was being paid apparently more than everyone else. And so when it came out how much I was making, people got fucking mad. But they were mad at me. What they should have been mad at is at the fucking guy that decided to pay me more. But the problem is like, what I'm saying is that they don't want you to know, because they don't want to pay everyone the same. And there are some biases in how they fucking pay people. So if fucking this lady right here knows that her male counterparts are making more than her, they're gonna be mad, and they try to fucking discipline people who give out their wage information or who fucking tell them. But it's actually now, I think now it's legal that you can do that. Legal for them to hold that against you when you give out that information. But previously, you were not allowed to do that. If that makes any sense, they didn't want people knowing the other coworkers' pay.
Businesses have Fortune 100 companies and just hire women in the highest paid positions. I don't know why we have to legislate this. I don't know why we can't just let the market dictate.
Because the market hasn't been fair. Okay, that's assuming
In what way?
that the market has been fair.
People should just get together and have these kind of conversations. I think that men and women can work together, and I think women should empower themselves by starting companies, employ women to powerful positions, and lead by example.
Grab yourself up by the bootstraps. By the bootstraps, yo. I quit my last job because new hires were being paid more than me. After I'd been in there for a year, I found out that I was penalized for not wanting to move up in the company. Yeah. See, that's why I don't tell. Also, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Some of you, I've heard this from several different sources, and I'm gonna plagiarize the fuck out of it. But pull yourself up by the bootstraps is literally impossible to fucking do. It's meant to as a fucking joke against the whole fucking like you need to fucking work harder shit. To pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you have to literally fucking lift yourself off the fucking ground. It's impossible. So yeah, I love it when they say hey, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, because it shows how stupid they are.
I don't think the victimization of women through the women's movement is good for anybody, women included.
And also, it's like, how privileged is that? It's like, all you need to do is start your own fucking company. That's what you need to do. Like, that's not fucking, like, coming from a privileged perspective. Like, oh, yeah, you just tell, like, why don't you tell that to a poor person on the street, too, while you're at it? Just like, yep, hey, you're hungry? You need a fucking, you need $1 to put some food in your kid's mouth? How about you pull yourself up by the bootstraps and fucking start your own fucking multi-billion-dollar business? Yeah, levitation, yeah. Fucking, she's like, I just don't understand why women just don't start their own companies. I mean, they do, but two, that's like extremely privileged. Not most people do not have the resources or the fucking knowledge and resources to start their own business. Okay? I'm sorry, this is not how it happens. I mean, maybe I should kick my kids out of the house and be like, yo, I know you're 10 years old, but you just need to start your own business. Hey, 6-year-old, You too. Start a business. Middle child. Yeah, I know you're only 9. Yeah, just go start your business. And just be like, you know, parenting done. I didn't know it was that easy.
Right now, it is time to tear down the patriarchy. We're fighting for opportunity. We're fighting to be treated as equals in the workforce and as equals in terms of our relationships with men, to really see that as fundamental to who we are as people. This is not a me movement or a you movement, it's an us movement. And the only way it's going to change on any kind of real fundamental level is when men and women work together to change that. We need this continuing awareness of really...
And you know what? Fuck this whole fucking pay gap shit. Let's get into this. How about the pay for the workers in this country is far lower than it should be in fucking general, right? Like, in some fucking states, it's like around $7 an hour in some states. Luckily, I live in California. But in some states, they're literally paying you $7 an hour to live. How fucking ridiculous is that? And we're worried about, like, the tiny amount difference between the sexes. How about we just fucking increase pay for people in general? Oh, but they have inflation. So we should get less money? I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get how this fucking country has gotten to this point as it is. But I know it's off topic. I see unfair. They're complaining about how unfair like the pay gap is. Well, the pay in general is just unfair. The fucking way workers are treated in America unfair. The fact that fucking union busters are fucking busting people. The fact that we have people at Amazon pissing in fucking Gatorade bottles is fucking ridiculous. The truckers in this country are completely fucked. And you know, it's the truckers who are completely fucked, but they're also the backbone of this fucking country. How fucked up is that, right? The people who transport our goods across the country get fucked over. They don't see their families. They don't get fucking paid what they should. They're fucking sleep deprived. Like, can we address these issues too? I agree the pay gap is really bad, but there's a lot of fucking issues the way we fucking treat our fucking workforce in this country.
Yes, how far we've come, but also how far we've got to go. Welcome to the fight.
Fantastic.
All right. Let's see this last video, and then we're gonna call it a night. All right, this is like I am an incel. Ask me anything on Jubilee. So let's watch this.
If you could summarize your opinion towards women.
Like what I think of them?
Yes.
What? This guy's an incel? No way. Bro, just give it a couple years, dude. Just give it a couple years. Maybe drop the nattiness. You know, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Someone will touch your PP. I promise. You know, you don't have to hate women yet. Dude, you're like 12. What is he, 12, 13?
I think they are very important.
He's like a WB 13, you know, like Warner Brothers 13. You know, like, you ever watch, like, Superman and Lois? It's like, yeah, this is my 13-year-old son. He's got, like, a fucking goatee and shit. You know? This is my 13-year-old boy. He's just fucking... It's just Hugh Jackman. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, where I live, minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. And the wait staff is under $3. Fuck that. Here in California, it's like over 15. Like, I saw a sign yesterday for McDonald's that was like 16 an hour. It's like, fuck yeah. Totally based.
But
Short for involuntary.
Some topics are hard to approach.
More and more male hatred against women is rising up.
You might call this a new phenomenon.
Either the subjects are inaccessible or people are uncomfortable discussing them.
If you're an ugly guy, you better get a good job and make some money, because nobody's going to want to talk to you.
Girls, I will destroy you.
This guy actually did go on a murder rampage right here, this guy.
You don't deserve to get laid at all!
So we found those subjects in person, rented a space in Hollywood, and invited our audience and any strangers walking by to come inside and ask them anything.
Unlike them, it's the first time they came inside anything. But oh wait, I forgot I had this soundboard. Where's my tis? Where are you, the tis? No soundboard. I need to add it. Oh well, we'll just do this one. All right, back to the fun.
Okay. Hey, I'm Brendale. I also go by Derek. I'm an incel.
Brendale goes by. Okay, you do you, dog. That doesn't quite make sense to me, but sure.
And I'm here to answer people's questions about the topic.
I can start. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
So you're an incel?
Yes.
Why would you ever sign up to do this?
I suppose I would want to give more of a positive light on this community, which is a very...
Yeah, so positive. Such a positive. With your fucking history of fucking mass shooters and fucking hate speech. Totally cool.
very negative light upon it.
Okay. And do you think that's a good thing?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because a lot of the boys in this community aren't bad people.
But you acknowledge that.
Incels tend to be entitled men under 40. Older ones usually call themselves MGTOW. Men going there. Yeah, I've heard of the MGTOW community. I've heard of them. Unfortunately, my fucking volume keeps dipping. What the fuck? Give me a sec. Sounds, recordings, properties. Bring that back up. There we go. I don't know why my sound keeps dipping. I gotta figure that out.
That a good handful of them are, right?
Not a good handful, I would say a small handful.
Who hurt you, or what happened? What event sort of catalyzed this way of thinking and you getting into
Love this question. Who hurt you? What made you this way?
this kind of research?
Society.
I used to follow an incel in denial called Zenny Gundam. I know there's an incel that I used to watch till I realized how fucking incel he was called It's a Gundam. Sounds like Zenny Gundam, but it was like It's a Gundam. That guy, he has some serious fucking issues. He cares way too much about fucking Twitch girls are doing, you know?
Do you hate women?
No.
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 Do you have a female role model in your life?
A female role model?
Yeah, like...
Look. We're all involuntarily celibate until we're not, okay? We're all... It's like, this whole incel movement's so fucking stupid. Because if a chick wanted to fuck him, he would be on it. He's not involuntary. We all are. I don't get to fuck unless my wife wants to fuck. Alright? Cover doll. Like, do you just like, are you involuntary celibate sometimes? Do you like are you times where you want to fuck and you don't want to fuck? Dude, we're all incels, you know, in technical definition. There's times where we want to fuck and we can't fuck. This is how it is. That's life. And all the way till that time somebody wants to fuck this guy, he's involuntary separate until you're not. So the thing is, stop being angry about it. It will happen. It's not going to happen if you act like this. If you're just like, if you call yourself involuntary celibate, you call yourself an incel, if you think of yourself like an incel, it's going to lead to a mindset that leads you to be celibate involuntarily. Go out, get some confidence, be a fucking Chad, dude. Fucking look at the people you want to idolize and do it. Be you. Fucking figure out what you need to do to fucking, you need to talk to more girls. You need to be more confident. You need to be, You know, do you need to fucking work on your, you know, maybe the hairstyle different? You know, I'm not telling you gotta lose weight. There's chicks there's chicks for everybody out there. There's people who like everybody. Even fucking Shani for Christ could find a fucking dude to fuck her. Dude, you could find someone. I promise you. And I bet you find someone I bet you there are some good looking gals out there that would love to fucking meet this guy and give him a chance. So we'd love to give him a chance. Just stop acting this way. Just because you're low. And the problem is that these people restrict themselves to like, oh, the girls in high school didn't like me. That is such a small sample size compared to the rest of your life. Dude, I have met more people in a club in a weekend. Just fucking, more girls in the club in a weekend than I fucking did, you know, in high school. I've had more friendships, more relationships, fucking going out and enjoying myself and having a good time, not worrying about why my dick isn't getting wet and worrying about just being a fucking, you know, just having a good time and not being a fucking party pooper. The problem is, this kid isn't fucking disgusting in any way other than the fact that you know you bring him to a party, he's going to be a downer. That's what you have going against you. Is this downer, I just don't think anyone likes me vibe. It's total fucking pussy killer, dude. Fucking, it dries up a pussy real quick when you're just like, I'm just like, dude, go and just be fucking good. Have a good time, dude. If you get laid, you get laid. If you don't, you don't. That's the attitude you gotta have. We're all involuntary celibate until we're not. If there are some times when I just ain't feeling it, and sometimes he's not. Yeah, see, there you go. She was involuntary. Even women are involuntary celibate until they're not.
A mom or an aunt or a friend?
I mean, I love my mom. I wouldn't necessarily consider her a role model, but I do love her quite a bit.
If a woman was elected as president of the United States, how would you react?
I don't know. It probably would depend on the woman. I probably wouldn't be supportive of it, honestly, but.
Why do you say that, if you don't mind me asking?
I do think that, you know, men should be the leaders and women should be the caregivers and the you know.
Oh, dude. There's gotta be help for you, dude. Dude, stop going down this road. Stop. Dude, this guy's like, what? Like, I'm gonna be real. I joked about him being like fucking 13, but like obviously he's like 17, maybe even 18. And you're going down a road you don't want to go down to. I think women should be leaders. Dude, stop worrying about the leadership roles that people or fucking genders should have. Stop worrying like fucking the thing in between their legs determines whether they're a good leader or not. Stop, dude, because you also like you cannot say who's a good leader, bro. You sitting here with your eyes down, with your fucking head down, all fucking sad and mopey and shit, you're not an example of a leader in your own right. So you're not fucking going to tell anyone if they're a leader. Someone who's obviously if they're running for president, obviously has some fucking experience in politics. Obviously has some fucking experience in fucking shit. Like, even, like, for fuck's sake, even I'll admit fucking Trump is a charismatic leader to the people he wants to lead. Do I want him to be my leader? No, I don't want Trump to be my leader. But is he a leader? Yes, he absolutely is. He's a fucking leader. He knows how to lead his fucking group. Even though I despise his group of people, he knows how to use. You see where I'm getting at here? He is not qualified to tell him he's a leader. I'm not qualified to see who's a leader. But at the same time, I can have my preferences. He can have his preferences too. But that's a bad excuse for your preference.
You know, the loving, supporting, and the teachers in some cases.
Since women of color or just women in general have been oppressed by certain systems and other oppressed communities, especially the LGBTQ+, all those are...
And by the way, I don't think I made a great argument there, but, I'm just going to fucking just accept the fact that sometimes I say some stuff that's not great. a great argument, but you see where I'm going with, right? Fucking with the whole leadership thing.
Don't really fit with the spectrum that incels or you have been talking about. So why do you think your method of thought would help fix what we have today?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't view the things you might view as oppression as oppression. I have a feeling. I would view it more as...
Don't tell the oppressed what they view as oppression is an oppression. That is some fucking fucked up shit. Oh my god. Can you imagine if I came on here and was like, I don't think black people should view their oppression as oppression. That is so fucked up. That is so incredibly fucked up, dude.
How we treat children that we love. We control them, but we control them lovingly, not as a slave, not as we're forcing them to do things against their will. I would view it more as a loving domestic thing in the past. And I would say that if we were to do it in a civilized way, maybe in a more, even a Christian way, even though I'm not really advocating for a certain religion or ideology.
But you are.
I would assume that women would probably be happier. And I wouldn't just assume that blindly, I would assume that based on the data that I have seen.
What data have you seen that has brought you to this conclusion? Because I'm now curious where I can get this data from.
I couldn't reference it offhand.
Of course you can't. I mean, I think he means the data of Andrew Tate's personal experiences, that data right there.
But I believe there was a study that I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Okay. What do you think it is about liberal areas that create behavior in women that you think is a problem?
Promiscuity leads to...
This is Von Helen's long-lost kid, probably. He's a little bit better. He's put together better than fucking Von Helen, to be honest.
To increase.
And to be fair, this kid is somewhat sane. Like, he's not out there fucking spewing fucking crazy ass shit. But yeah, I mean, he is spewing crazy ass shit. But like, sane compared to Von Helen.
Increase standards in more primitive aspects such as looks. And that typically makes it harder for some people to find a relationship, including sometimes good-looking people. Like, there's guys who are much better looking than I am.
I'm not going to go there.
Who are having a really hard time finding someone in a place like LA or in London or in Auckland, New Zealand. But they probably would have a perfectly fine time finding a woman somewhere else.
So you think that promiscuity is the problem, and if people were more monogamous and more withholding, that would sort of fix society?
Yeah, I suppose if people were more traditionalist.
There have been a few mass shootings in the past where these shooters actually stated that they were incels or were radicalized by online incels. What do you think about their actions?
I condemn their actions. I don't believe violence is the solution. I don't believe attacking random people is going to fix anything, whether they're, women or men. I do think that the reason why they
Dude, this guy's sweating a lot. So he's sweating so much his hair is sticking to his head.
Committed those actions was probably because of out of desperation or out of, mental problems that probably could have been prevented had the right support was in their community, in their household. If people saw what they were posting and saw what they were experiencing in life and did something to help them.
Was there like a pivotal moment in your life, like a straw that broke the metaphorical camel's back?
It's constant years of rejection, no matter who the person was, constant years of rejection in other aspects of my life. It did kind of push me towards more, I suppose, radical beliefs, but I suppose they're only like radical, but they're more just old beliefs, really.
See, ultimately, what this comes down to is no one wanted to touch his pee-pee. And that's what it always comes down to. That's what it always comes down to. Either that or CTE. When the Andrew Tate's case, it's CTE. and I don't say that with a grain of salt. I actually do believe that he probably does suffer from a serious brain damage. There's been a lot of history of people in MMA who are just ultra violent, ultra fucking ultra fucking messed up in the head and fucking go home and fucking, what was that fucking guy I did a fucking video on? What was his name? Anyway, MMA fighter beat the shit out of his fucking girlfriend constantly, basically held her ass hostage until finally she broke up with him, and then he fucking tracked her down to her house and fucking beat the shit out of her boyfriend, and then fucking raped and beat the shit out of her. Who was that? Anyway, fucking yeah, and it just seems like these fields where you get kicked in the fucking head constantly and get fucking punched in the face constantly. It turns out that they don't have very stable people, by the end of their careers. You know what I'm saying? By the end of their careers, not very super fucking stable. Oh yeah, steroid use too. Steroid use. Also a problem. And then they have people like this guy who follows them, and they learn all this shit from these brain damaged dummies, and then they fucking you see how it works. Fucking MMA fighter goes into MMA, gets his fucking skull bashed into the point where his brains are oatmeal. He gets a huge following from getting kicked in the face a bunch of times. Then fucking old fucking Jerry McNothing over here fucking logs on to fucking Twitter, sees this big ripped dude who has like a lot of money and a lot of women from getting kicked in the face, and gets stuff and follows him, thinking, I'll learn how to be a fucking manly man from this guy. While brain damaged fucking Jerry McGee over here, brain damaged Andrew Tate, posts this stupid shit that makes no fucking sense to someone who's fucking normal. But to this guy, it makes total sense. Well, maybe I just need to slap around women some more, and maybe that make him touch my pee-pee. Maybe I need to be an asshole. And to some defense, like, I guess some women like that. That's cool. And they could be into that. But they make it seem like this works in a more broader sense than it really fucking does in real life. I'm sorry, you can only get away with beating your girlfriend if you're rich and famous. That's just how America works.
No, it sounds like I had another metaphor, like death by 1,000 cuts. It's not like one pivotal moment, but it sounds like a bunch of things built up over time.
Yeah. One of the common criticisms about the incel community is that you feel entitled to sex or intimacy. Do you believe that you deserve sex or intimacy from a woman?
I think everybody at some level deserves someone that loves them and, respects them, as long as you are also loving and respectful towards them.
But you don't deserve it. You can't fucking, I hate to fucking say this, because there's no one, like everyone says, there's someone out there for everyone. There's no one out there for anyone. You have to make that, okay? You have to put effort into that. You have to fucking work for that, okay? But listen to me and stop listening to fucking brain damaged fucking MMA fighters for a second. You have to make what you want happen, okay? And this is kind of something like Andrew Tate would say, but then at the same time tell you deserve this shit and that shit. No, you don't deserve shit. If you want something, you have to work for it. Ain't nothing free, dog. This is capitalism. Ain't nothing free. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No. Ain't nothing free, dog. If you want someone, you have to fucking put some effort. And even then you put in all the effort, you fucking work out, you fucking do everything you want to do, or you think she would want you to be, and even then you don't deserve her, and even then she might say no. Well, guess what? You just made yourself better, regardless. And someone will see that. Someone will. I guarantee you this. You work on yourself, and you work on being a better person and not being this incel person who just gives up. Because that's what what these incels are. They're just people that just gave up. You're fucking 18 years old, dog. Why are you giving up? I mean, as push the all you need is love. Yeah. You don't, yeah, exactly. You don't need love. I have people in my life right now who are just like, oh, no one loves me. No one loves me. I just feel like everyone around me, they have family and no one loves me. And then they get into these relationships that aren't going to work out. And then it just turns out to be a huge waste of time. Love yourself first. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself first, and then someone else. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect someone else can? All right? Work on yourself. And then, when you work on yourself and you try to be more knowledgeable, be more fit, I mean, even I don't want to bring your body into it, but if that's what you think you need to do to attract women, and you feel like you can stand to lose a few pounds, then go do it. Love is important, but love is not enough to make it really. No, yeah, it's not. You know, you gotta fucking, dude, get yourself ready to be loved. And then you'll see. You'll see there are plenty of women out there that will love a chance of someone who will improve themselves. Nothing turns a woman on more than a made bed, dude. More than a made bed and a sink that doesn't have a single fucking dish in it, dude. It's not about attractiveness. It's not. At the end of the day, girls care about attractiveness. Women care about a man who fucking got his shit together. That's what's important at the end of the day. A fucking empty sink, a made bed, and the trash taken out. Bam. You're good. You're golden, bro. You're fucking great. And if you have a job, dude. Fucking dude, that's the ultimate panty dropper right there. That combination right there. Wham, bam, bam, bam. Fucking dishes done. Bam. Fucking beds made. Bam. House is clean. Bam. Fucking payday. Bam. Panties off. Bam. Alright. There you go, bud. There you go. I just solved your whole fucking problem right there.
Person, you know, they're an equal, you know, you're not like seeking someone beyond yourself, you know, you don't have like too high standards, I suppose, you know.
If you can tell the world about something about being incel that, you know, that may not be in the internet or that's overlooked heavily, what would it be?
I don't know, I think it's mostly that most of the men are not inherently bad people. A lot of them are just lonely. They just need some help, really.
Okay. Would you say that there's anything that other people can do to help guide or just support or anything?
You know, the lonely person in your class or the lonely person in your workplace, maybe he's an incel and he's not letting you know and he's just kind of afraid he wants someone positive. Just be nice, say hi, try and make friends with him. You don't have to date him, you don't have to whatever, just, you know, brighten up someone lonely's day, I suppose.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
You don't want to be an incel?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, it's part of the whole involuntarily thing. I mean, you know, you want to try and escape it, you want to be.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb question. You don't want to be an incel? Why not? Yeah, it's in the fucking name, dude.
Something better, you know, you want to
get
a wife,
better.
get a girlfriend, get someone who loves you.
It's not something better, dude. That's also the problem. Is like you think you're lower. You're voluntarily putting yourself in some sort of subclass. Like, I'm a virgin, therefore I am less than someone who's not. But you're not, okay? Just because my wiener went into something that's warm and sticky and happy, doesn't give me any superpowers. It doesn't give me any extra knowledge. Well, besides, you know, what it feels like. It doesn't do anything other than that. That's it. Also, you know, could impregnate someone, but you know, that's not on this discussion. But it doesn't do anything other than fucking you stuck your dick somewhere. Congratulations. You're not lower because you haven't stuck your dick in a pussy, dude.
You spend your life with them and be happy. And
what's one thing you wish people understood better about you?
I don't know. I guess I wish people would recognize how much effort I'm trying, I suppose. Like, I'm working out typically daily. I've lost over 100 pounds. I'm out there job hunting actively. I don't think people recognize how much effort the incels in general try to put into bettering themselves. I would say, people don't recognize their effort. They just assume that they're all like lazy and
Made a lot of sense when you said get yourself ready to love and be loved. Exactly, yeah. Get yourself ready to be to love and be loved, yeah. And that's what, he's saying this. He's like, yeah, well, and I'm doing this, and that's great, dude. But just keep it going. Now all you gotta do is lose that attitude, okay? All you gotta do is lose that fucking attitude about pretty much your sense of self-worth. Because what you just named off to me was a lot of reasons why you should have self-worth, why you think you should be soon to be killing it, because if you ask me, you're working out, you're fucking got a job, dude, just be patient. You'll be killing it soon, I promise you. Someone will see that, dude. Why are these incels like typically like fucking teenagers? They ain't even given life outside high school a chance. Like, give it a chance, dude. You'll find a coworker or a friend or someone you meet out on one of your little adventures or at the gym that sees the effort you put in, and they'll fucking give you a shot. Now, if they come on fucking Jubilee and they see you acting like this, maybe that might just kind of fuck that up a little bit, you think? I hope not. Because I really hope this kid does find someone for him, and I hope it's consensual. You never know with these incels at some point. But I think this kid, I have hope for him. I don't think he's gonna stay an incel. I think once he finds that person in his life, and once he realizes like, oh, I was just a dumb kid and I was just impatient, he's gonna be like, oh well, that whole ideology is dumb. And he's saying, well, a lot of incels put in this effort. Well, I don't think so. Not really. I think the whole incel community mostly is just a bunch of excuses on why they, instead of just acknowledging that they suck and they need to change.
Sad and angry at women and just giving up and things of that nature, I suppose.
Okay.
But like I said, we're all incels until we're not. And I think this guy just is mislabeling himself as an incel and is just more not patient. He might be a little bit misogynistic with some of his beliefs on the roles of women, but I don't think he's an incel. I think he's just not patient. Or, I mean, he is, like I said, we're all incels until we're not. But I mean, like, the definition most people have for incels, he's really not. He just needs to be, just, like I said, be more patient.
You don't have to see the bad things in the world and then come out a bad person. You can just see the bad things in the world and then improve upon yourself because of them, I suppose.
So you do have hope.
Yeah, I have hope, yeah. I'm a very hopeful person, I suppose.
I won't lie, this went a lot differently than I thought it would. I thought we'd be yelling at each other,
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too.
Thank you so much.
I think how funny would it be if he ended up dating one of those women? How fucking hilarious would that have been if that last woman was just like, hey, you want to go on a date? I'm in my 30s. I was celibate by choice for a time. I realized I kept making poor choices of partners, and I wanted to figure out things. Yeah. Basically, you just gotta fucking, gotta value yourself before you can value someone else, dude. This is all you can do.
Hello, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it.
Be sure to like.
My name is Kobe Thurman, and I'm.
What the fuck? No. I knew some great guys, but it seemed that I picked the ones who were bad for me. I hate giving. I don't mind giving out dating advice. I guess. I'll try. I haven't been in the dating game in about 12 years. I've been married that long. But let me get rid of this display, because that's it for the videos. I agree with that. You should work on yourself, but the whole I pick the wrong ones. Everyone we pick until the right one is the wrong one. To be honest with you, you can't hold past relationships as a way to discourage you from your next relationship. I understand what you're saying, and it's totally fine to take a break, and work on yourselves. But don't look at it as like I've been happily married. Yeah, exactly 20 years now. But there's other people going to watch this, so I'm gonna put this out there anyway. Don't look at it as like oh, I just always pick the wrong ones. It's like we all always pick the wrong ones until we pick the right one, And even if it always seems like you always pick the wrong ones, there's nothing wrong with picking the wrong ones, unless they're like beating you or something. But like you can't beat yourself over it. That's not your fault, that someone else is the wrong one. Sometimes it's nobody's fault. Maybe two people get together, they're both incompatible, and they just go their separate ways. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to pick the wrong partner. It's okay to move on from that. But sometimes it can be detrimental to someone when they use that as a reason not to go out and explore and be happy. If that makes sense. I guess I'm going to take some questions from Comfort Doll. I would say the chat, but Comfort Doll is only here, and I'm sure Dark Ninja's watching in the background. Hi, Dark Ninja. Look, bro, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth you. Let me address Dark Ninja real quick. Dark Ninja, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth you, dude. I've been gone for 7 months, and I don't really fucking care to. Also, I'm not going to sit here and fucking... I didn't hide you from my channel because of I wanted to I fucking hate you or something. I deleted you from the channel because my past experience with you, and because I just don't want to fucking deal with it. And if I see you, if any of your stock accounts, it will be deleted as well. And that's not because I have any personal grudge against you or any ideological beliefs against you right now. It's just I just don't want to fucking deal with that bullshit, and I don't think I should have to. All right, thank you. All right, questions. I think we're good. Comfort Doll, you good? All right, we're good. All right, folks. All right, so now that we're at the end of the show, this is the point where I'm gonna fucking go all out and just tell you that tomorrow there will be a show tomorrow. All right. The reason why I did a show is because we're prepping. We're prepping for this more in-depth look on misogyny on the internet. I feel like it'd be a good type of show to do where I prepare and I look at different subjects with you guys, and then we go into a whole topic, hopefully involving other creators such as Miss Parker or whoever, Fit and Curvy, Allie Dean, those type of folks. I would love to have on tomorrow's episode. I'm guessing I'll have them on maybe around noon Pacific Standard Time, so that'd be kind of cool. That would be interesting. Oh, thank you so much. So I think that would be fun to have. So I'm gonna try to get those ladies on tomorrow, because as a male, I am limited in my capacity to understand certain things. I see certain perspectives. So I would appreciate a female's perspective on a lot of the kind of content we just went over. So I'll talk to them. I will definitely message them tonight and see if they want to come on tomorrow around noon Pacific Standard Time. And if you enjoyed the show, give it a like. Also, for those who made it this far, and let me explain the wait music. The wait music is for the live chat, so when we do the streams, that people can file in. I'll try to edit out the wait music in the beginning next time. Sorry if you guys felt like you were forced to a bunch of music. Really, only the live streams are like that. I'll try to keep the live music live weight stream out the beginning of when this shit comes up. Happy Halloween, everyone, and I'll see you guys on Halloween. And yeah,